And welcome live to the HHW Show podcast. We are live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And we started out with WrestleMania with the record of Hector and Frank tied at 6-1, myself 5-2. And who would have finished on top at the end of the night? We're definitely going to cover that shortly. But let's go ahead and tune in. We all know that the main event was Cody Rhodes defeating Roman Reigns to become the new undisputed heavyweight champion. We're going to cover that and much, much more. Let's go ahead and get in order, shall we, Frank, to our actual events
I'm
that
not,
happened.
but
Go
I'm not
ahead.
Frank
Well, Hector, I know. Golly, today is not my
today.
day.
Oh, it's
I'm
not.
giving you guys, there we go. Frank is coming on right now.
Good
There we go,
Lord.
Frank. What's up? Your son in the background over there. Look at that. Look at that.
It happened.
He was holding everything. But hey, let's go ahead and tune in real quick to the matches. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth freaking Rollins fair and square, but his ego once again gets in the way, right? And we have ourselves a cash in thanks to Frank Cuesta, which I will deservedly give him credit for. Damian Priest becomes the new WWE heavyweight champion of the world. And of course, CM Punk, it has the reason all behind all this. So, fellas, well deserving. Shall I say yay or nay?
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, man. And look, man, and if there's any takeaway about of this, is the fact that Drew McIntyre should have kept celebrating with his wife and whoever was with them, and the fact that, hey, you know what, go to the back, celebrate. But when you talk smack and rubbing in people's faces, that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And big
Big
shout
time.
out to Mike and Darianne Kimbrough. Awesome WrestleMania weekend.
Up, Mike.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right,
See,
let's go
see
ahead.
Damian Priest gives me and all our young little Boricuas from New York hope that we could do something in life and become champions and the grands of them all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And no other than Frank himself. You know, he wanted to be Puerto Rican himself, you know what I mean? So he has our flag, man, you know. It's just it's
No, 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 no. Listen, Linda. Your flag is not.
oh,
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 I got a question for Frank. Is that
go
your
ahead.
official record right down there?
It should be 12. Yeah, it should be 12-2. But I was being
12
nice.
and 2. Yeah.
Oh, you're being
Okay.
nice because I got the same record.
Yeah, that's my official record today.
That's your official
I
record.
should
Well,
be. I should be 12-2 because I predicted Damian Priest will win. So I should be the
Frank, you
champion.
might be surprised at the end of the show, man. Hold on for a second. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, they handled their business. And of course, we had to bring some old school into it, ECW style,
Mhm.
right? Well deserved, but I still feel like this is not the end. And I still got a feeling with Backlash coming up that Bobby Lashley and Karrion Cross eventually will square off one-on-one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
This is not
definitely.
over.
It's
All
definitely
right.
not over.
Not over. Not over. All right.
Not-
LA Knight defeats AJ Styles as predicted. We knew that was going to happen, but still, that was one hell of a showing.
Surprisingly, it was. They kept the crowd interactive. This match gave it all. I mean, I was really intrigued. Usually we have those snoozers of a match, but this definitely wasn't it. I like the way both competitors, competed tonight.
Absolutely. You called it, Hector. Uh, Logan Paul wins, and he stole the show again. It's not like he did it himself. It's always an assist for him to win. And I want him to fight someone one-on-one, right? In a steel cage match. That's what I want. There you go, Frank. But at first I thought Kevin Owens was gonna do it. Then when I thought Randy Orton, I was like, oh, there goes Frank. And then next thing you know, oh, here goes Hector. He knew it from the beginning. And of course, he is sponsoring in the ring his drink prime. So it all makes sense. But what do you think is gonna happen? Who will be his Logan Paul's next opponent?
I don't. I think Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's still going to go after him.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know, man. I think Logan Paul's gonna disappear till SummerSlam and hide that belt, man. Because honestly, like, what else could happen? Who else is he gonna face? You know what I mean? And I feel like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton should be like a tag team to go after the SmackDown tag team titles.
It's possible.
I think so.
I can
That
see
would be
that
nice to
happen.
see.
Because I mean, you look at our new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They're really no threat to
No,
that blue
no,
brand.
no threat at all. But I mean, they're brand new, so you know they're gonna have
Yeah.
it for a while.
Hmm.
But let's move on here with Bailey. I'm surprised in this match. Not only that Bailey won, and we all predicted Bailey was gonna win, but it was a clean fight.
Yes.
Very.
I'm just
It was
curious as to why they just let EO Sky handle her business on her own.
Maybe there wasn't. Maybe they were trying to save all the drama for the end. For the main event. So instead of all the women getting involved into this matchup, we already knew that was going to happen and somewhat with the main event. So just let them have a clean fight. Let's see Bailey actually win a one-on-one match at WrestleMania without no outside interference. Without no help, to prove that she's still Bailey, the one that we all knew from the Grand Slam champion of women.
But I'm just gonna be interested to see which woman in SmackDown is gonna go ahead and compete against Bailey. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, I mean Naomi. The list goes on. Maybe Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffy
Tiffy.
time. I still think Tiffy time is still a little bit too early to be rushed into the picture. But I'm still wanting the WWE to come up with a intercontinental championship for the female superstars. I mean,
Yes.
these superstars come from different countries. It
Yes.
makes sense. If you're gonna come up with the women's North American title, then do the intercontinental championship. I
Yes,
think
I agree.
it'll broaden. It will definitely. I mean, if that comes, of course, then bring on the United States Championship. But I still feel like there are more now female superstars in a roster to do so.
Let's
the
bring it.
women need the women need another title because it's not fair that they
Absolutely.
all have to share just that one title.
Hmm.
All right, but hey, you know what? Big ups to Bailey. We all predicted that, and of course, just before the main event, here was the record: Hector 11-1, Frank 10-2, and myself. I was out of it. I'm 9-3. All right, but Hector, you went for Roman Reigns. Frank and I went for Cody Rhodes to finish the story. We could probably plus up one more for Frank because he did predict that the cash in was going to happen tonight at the right match. Congratulations, Frank. But here we go. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. This was the start, and this was the finish. And let me go ahead and zoom in. And the the way all the surprises happened is just as I imagined was going to happen. The only thing is, I was just surprised that I didn't get to see Brock Lesnar make a big show in this, right? But that's okay. We didn't need it because Jey Uso came to defend Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and the number one surprise of them all. This should be the OMG of the year. Okay, The Undertaker.
Yes.
It took my favorite superstar to come in and just ruin it all for me. Ruin my night.
Well, hey, I didn't mind
And
that one.
look, man, and the thing is, while I was watching, I was like, "Where is John Cena?" It made sense because of Solo Sokoa, right?
Right, right.
Revenge for Crown Jewel, and he just handled his business, man. And he did it to Roman Reigns and Solo Sokoa. I wanted him to do it again to The Rock, but he saved it for The Undertaker. So I'm happy. I'm happy. But
Yeah.
then I still thought that Roman Reigns still had the advantage just for a little bit. But Cody Rhodes came to the end, and I am very happy, very emotional. I love the ending. And if you didn't get a little tearjerker at the end, then I don't know what kind of feelings you got towards the main event, but it was worthwhile. And to not only celebrate by not being selfish, because he was very unselfish. He celebrated with everybody in the ring, his mom, wife, kids. He thanked Triple H and Pritchard, and even went outside to thank Michael Cole. And you could hear them whispering in his ears and stuff, like they've known him since he was a young kid. As a child growing up in the industry and everything else, and the second time's a charm, man.
Yeah, I mean,
He finished the story.
it actually worked out for him. It didn't do for Shawn Michaels when he took on the Undertaker 2 years in a row, but for Cody Rhodes, he went from being Stardust to becoming the number one star right now. So, much respect to him, and he deserves it. And so now we're going to see. Now, is the story over?
I think now
the story is over and closed for being a champion.
no.
But when the story closes, when the chapter closes, another one opens. So what is the new chapter going to be as Cody Rhodes, the Universal Undisputed Champion? How's that going to happen? What's next for Cody Rhodes? Who is going to confront him? Okay. And I don't even think that that's even a story, knowing that they just came out with at the end of May, it will be the King and Queen of the Ring. That's going to happen in Saudi Arabia, right? And there is WrestleMania Backlash that's happening the first week of May. So there's two premium events in May. So I'm just curious to see as to what's next for Cody Rhodes. What else are we going to talk about? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it'll be a rematch. I hope not. I mean, because we've seen enough with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Does The Rock intervene? You tell me.
I think Roman Reigns is take a break, number one. And I think Cody Rhodes' story now, like you said earlier, he closes the chapter, this chapter of getting the title. Now he opens up for now a new chapter of defending the title. Who's next? Who knows? I mean, it could be Seth Rollins. It could be CM Punk.
I think Seth Rollins going to take a break along with Becky Lynch. You talking about a couple with the feet, okay? And you see Seth Rollins' eye, like he really got an eye jammy. I think it's time for him to step aside, heal his body. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, bro. I think if any superstar that's gonna make an immediate impact is Drew McIntyre, for the way not only that he won, he lived the Dusty Rhodes era. Hey, you won, but we're gonna take a belt away.
Yeah.
Well, could it be that Drew will win it at the Battle of the Castle? If that's what it's called, or something like that.
Well, we're way long from that. I mean, I still think that Drew McIntyre's title reign is over. He had his shot. He had his little small moment. Congratulations to him. Move out. Draw fire.
Yeah, as long as CM Punk is in the picture, injured or not, Drew is not going to win that title.
Nah. And a matter of fact, CM Punk is going to come back and he's going to be victorious. So bye-bye, Drew McIntyre. That's what you get.
Now the question
Drew,
is,
I tried.
what are they going to do with Damian Priest? Are they going to oust him out of Judgment Day and have Finn Balor go after that title?
No, they were all celebrating with him.
No,
it don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, bro. I still think that Dominic Mysterio should be the person to be ousted. And you know why? Because you brought in garbage to our group that had no reason, and he's been going rogue. So how you gonna trust somebody going rogue?
No, they did that with Randy Orton in Evolution.
Okay, watch this. Watch this.
They ousted him.
See if you agree. You ready? When you still got problems with your dad, knowing that you didn't have to reunite with your dad to cause more problems back-to-back WrestleMania. When you have trouble within the group and you get kicked out, where are you going to go? You're going to run back to mommy and daddy to see if they take you back in. I still feel like there has to be some love story, family to family type deal. We didn't get to see it this WrestleMania with the Usos and Rikishi, but I think it's best fitting for Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio.
I
A
think it's
big
too soon.
apology to mommy, to his real mother, for being so rude. Um, I can see it. I think that's a great storyline. To
Oh,
be
I
honest
think it's
with
a
you,
good storyline, but I don't think
but
it's going to be happening anytime soon. Yeah.
let me ask you this. I mean, what happens with Finn Balor? What is he gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna go after the Intercontinental Championship and face Sami Zayn? I
Maybe.
mean, they want all the gold, and of course, you can't rely on JD McDonough. And again, um, you have what's her name, Mommy, who is now still the women's champion. That's not going away.
Well, let me throw it like this. Let's say Damien, I'm not Damien. Let's say Dominic stays on. Maybe him and JD McDonough could go against Truth and Miz
They
for the
won't.
tag
They won't.
titles.
They won't win. They won't win.
Yeah, I would think you have to have Damian Finn Balor part of that to win the tag titles again.
Yeah, and then even that, I just feel like there's gonna be something more in store for Finn Balor, unless Finn Balor starts getting jealous again of becoming a champion, and then you'll see him and Damian Priest go at it, the jealousy part, and make it official. I mean, there's a lot of angles to cover there, but then you're also talking about who else can step up. Bronson Reed, it could be another one where he won the Andre the Giant Royal Rumble, and when you win those, you put yourself up there to try to chase a title.
Well, he can go
Yeah,
after. Well, he can go after Sami Zayn.
but I mean, have you
Exactly.
really? What's happened to the last couple of people that have won the Under the Giant Memorial? Nothing.
No, not really.
The last few. What's really happened to
Bobby
them? Nothing.
Lashley was a champion. He won one. Baron Corbin, he won one, and he was the United States champion.
But he won that after.
Cesaro,
He won it. He won
Cesaro
that
even got his
before.
face in the picture, but he wasn't successful against Roman Reigns. So
Yeah, Bobby Lashley, Big Show.
Big Show was just a filler, man. Um, Andre the Giant winners. Oh, let's see, man, because that's a great storyline there, because the first one was Cesaro, then the Big Show, Baron Corbin, then we had Mojo Rawley. Remember him?
Mm,
Oh gosh.
Matt Hardy won. Braun Strowman, Jay Uso won it. Madcap Moss, who's no longer with WWE. Bobby Lashley did it last year, and now Bronson Reed. So yeah, I mean, I guess
hit and
winning
miss.
that is not really a legitimate. If you want to talk about legitimacy, how about Gunther going after the heavyweight championship?
Well, he did. Damian Priest did get it in his face when Judgment Day got into the face of Imperium. So
Mhm.
that could be a possibility that
But
Gunther
I
goes
won't
after.
do it so soon. That will be a SummerSlam event. That's worthwhile.
I think
SummerSlam.
you have to build it up.
Yeah,
You have to have Imperium go chasing after Judgment Day.
I
It
like that.
only makes sense right now with Raw. I
But
would think.
Finn Balor is the key to everything here. Will he accept of Damian Priest becoming the world champion? Now, they rushed down there to celebrate with him, and I didn't see anything off, which is way different than when Rey Mysterio and the LWO celebrated and Carlito was in the background. Well, let's move over to SmackDown. I predict Carlito's truth will come out this Friday, and he becomes the heel. We could see a Ray versus Carlito or Andrade versus Carlito.
Yeah, I like that. I like the Andrade part.
Mm-hmm.
But what's his whole gimmick? Why is he still, with Judgment Day? He showed his face with Judgment Day on Raw. So
Oh man,
you
he's
know,
probably just gonna go back to SmackDown, or well, where's Selena Vega in SmackDown, right?
hmm
They're back together. They hugged it out and everything else. So that could be the case. Maybe some of the superstars are going to Raw. It could be a switch. And again, we need something heavy in the women's division. Who's gonna go after Rhea Ripley? There's so many. We're bouncing around everywhere trying to figure this out, just like we're
Mhm.
trying to figure out WrestleMania. and look, to be honest with you guys, we did an awesome job. We really did.
We
I
did.
mean, dude, you guys got
Mhm.
2 losses on 2 nights. I mean, that's spectacular, man. I mean, for all the debates we've had since January, since day one, leading to WrestleMania, you got to give yourself some props, man.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult, but we did our homework. We figured things out. I mean, the only thing that kind of threw us off a little bit was the ladder match, the tag team ladder match.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that
that did throw us
celebration
off.
right there. I think Frank and Hector should be in that group too, man. Man, good job, man, and making your picks. Too bad there's no
Well,
titles for
yeah.
that.
Well, that first picture, Sami Zayn was pointing at the screen saying, look, Frank got that bonus point. Frank got the bonus point."
Oh
There you
yeah,
go.
look at
So
that,
that
look
means
at
that
that.
makes
There's Frank right there,
so that
baby.
should make
There
me.
goes Frank right there,
There it
baby.
is, right there. That's what
Yeah,
I want to see. The WrestleMania champion. That's
you
right
got
here.
your moment there, Frank.
I got
You
my
got
moment.
your
I think.
moment. Look at
Listen, I think
that.
I. We've been
Look at
doing
that.
this
We're gonna put
show.
it right there. All three of us looking at your own picture right there.
That's right. That's the way to do it. Now, the funny thing is that we've been doing this show for how many years now?
About almost 5 years now.
And I believe this is only my second or third victory, if I'm not
Does it
mistaken.
really matter though? Does it really matter?
That's why we gotta. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, just
Woo,
be
look at
Cody.
him. He even said whoop whoop. Look at that.
Look, just be the Cody and just take it for the first time,
Just
okay?
take it
Just
for
be
the
All
the
right.
first
tag.
time.
I
You just finished your story there.
Yeah.
We definitely going to finish our story here in the HHW show. We're taking a month off, and we'll be back and tune in for the next premium event, which is happening in May 4th. And of course, that's a Cinco de Mayo weekend and stuff like that. So, and the good thing is on May 6th, Monday Night Raw is coming to Connecticut. So, all my fans over here in Connecticut, tune in May 6th at the XL Center. But also, I'll be covering NEW, which I'm going to be in the Hall of Fame event, which is a Friday, April 26th and April 27th. On a Saturday, we'll definitely be in Danbury, Connecticut to meet Matt Riddle. Mustafa Ali is taking on Casey Navarro and much, much more that's going on with NEW. So tune in to the HHW Show podcast. But Frank, Hector, thank you so much for being in this journey with me, man. And again, I mean, this summer will mark another year for us to be on this podcast. We're gonna have time to discuss our own segment of how we got here. And it's a fascinating story, to be honest with you, on this one. So we're gonna interview each other amongst this in our comeback episode. But other than that, look, when it comes to the WrestleMania tournaments and everything else, I mean, it's been a blast for the last few months.
It has, and our journey for the last 3 years and 7 months with Roman Reigns as champion took this show to a whole different level now. Now
Oh,
we're starting our own new chapter now that Roman is not champion anymore. So, we're gonna see where this takes us now that we see a new universal champion.
yeah, absolutely, man. And myself, OV1, Hector V, and Frank C, man. Tune in to us, follow us, hhwshow.com with the latest blogs, podcasts, and much, much more. We want to thank you, fans. Look, we reached over 1,000 subscribers. Our goal is to reach over 2,000, and we need your help. Share our podcast, put it out there, man. I mean, this is all entertainment. You all are involved in our show, and definitely, we're gonna have more people on the show as well. But if you're curious as to who our special guests, once again, visit hhwshow.com and catch up to all the celebrities and special guests that's been in our show. Um, from I don't know, we started with uh what's her
Tito.
name? No, we did. Did
Oh,
we start with Tito? No,
No,
Tito was not our first one. Zeta Zang, Zeta
they
Zang,
Zeta Zane.
Tito Zane.
Zeta Zang was our first one. Then Tino Santana, and then we had Leo Rush, and then the list goes on and on and on. So most definitely, it's pretty fantastic, man. But I couldn't do this journey without you two. So thank you, Hector. Thank you, Frank.
Well, we appreciate you, for getting us started with all this, from when where you started. So yeah, I know we're going to talk about that journey.
Big
Yeah.
shout out to CMG Sports, Joe Aguirre, Big Jace, and everyone else. Thank you, fans. And until next time, we'll be back in 1 month to cover the rest of WWE and all of wrestling. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Gotta love some wrestling.
So yeah, 30 days.